My father was a music teacher and a general studies teacher who finished up as a headmaster. And my mother was a very fine singer, and they insisted that I learn the piano, so I started at the age of 5 on the piano. And when I got to 14, of course, this is when my father started playing in, him and a neighbour formed a band. And of course my father played piano, the neighbour played violin, his son played saxophone, my brother played bass, and of course I didn't do anything because I played piano, so I learnt the guitar very quickly. The neighbour who played violin worked at Shell-Mex, and he got the hint that I wanted to play another instrument, and he saw this advert on the notice board in his office for a Gibson Kalamazoo for £5. So he bought that and brought it home and gave it to me as a present, which was wonderful. And I played it till my fingers bled and all that business, you know, just to learn to catch up with everybody, as it were. To make it loud, I had to make it loud somehow. You can't sit there with a little acoustic guitar, so I bought this Tank Commanders throat mic. And I clamped that on the machine head and played it through my father's big radio, which he had, which we had to hump to the gig. We only did about, I don't know, 2 little gigs a month or something, but and that started me off, and that's how I came to learn the guitar. Then I met a very good guy, a very good bass player called George Jennings, who worked for the Bob Court Skiffle group. I don't know whether you've heard of that at all, but and Ken Sikora was a guitarist in this group, and he got a job. He did work actually for the BBC, and he got a job with the BBC in the West Country, going down there to be, I don't know, big production, Whiz Kid or something. So they were looking for a guitar player, and George suggested me to Bob Court. So we were doing a gig once, and he turned up with about 14 big records, and said, go and listen to those. And so I took them home and learnt them and did the audition, and Bob said, fine, well, you start Saturday or something. So, and then being with Bob Court, we did this tour with Paul Anka, Paul Anka's first tour, and where I think from the stories I heard and the look of him on occasions, he went from boy to man suddenly. And John Barry 7 was on the bill, and I got kind of friendly with John Barry, and we used to go out looking for Chinese restaurants and God knows what else, which were few and far between then. And then when that tour finished, about 3 or 4 months later, I got a call from John Barry, because he knew that I could read music, and he got these television. In fact, he lost one show because the guys couldn't read, the guitar players couldn't read. So he asked me to join with the John Barry 7.